Good evening and welcome. Tonight's breaking news takes us from the streets of Gaza to the halls of power in Washington, tracking the ripple effects of President Trump's latest move in the Middle East. The clock is ticking in Gaza. President Trump has issued a last warning to Hamas demanding the immediate release of American hostages. The president made it clear that the United States is prepared to unleash severe consequences if their demands aren't met. The White House confirmed that direct talks with Hamas are underway, a surprising development given the U.S.'s long-standing policy of refusing to negotiate with what they consider a terrorist organization. The United States has abruptly halted intelligence sharing with Ukraine. The Biden administration insists this is a temporary measure to assess and streamline intelligence protocols. Critics argue that this sends a dangerous signal to Moscow, potentially emboldening further aggression. India's once soaring economy is facing turbulence, and its middle class is feeling the squeeze. A trillion-dollar market rout has wiped out billions in investor value, leaving many anxious about their financial future. Experts point to global economic headwinds, rising inflation, and a slowdown in key sectors as contributing factors. President Trump's trade war with China continues to make headlines as his administration slaps new tariffs on Chinese imports. The goal is to level the playing field, protect American jobs, and challenge China's dominance in global manufacturing. Critics argue that these tariffs are a band-aid solution, hurting American consumers and businesses. They suggest a more nuanced, multilateral approach is needed to address the complexities of global trade. The UK's competition watchdog has given the green light to the Microsoft OpenAI partnership. The investigation determined that the deal did not significantly lessen competition in the market. This clears the way for Microsoft to integrate OpenAI's AI technology, including ChatGPT, into its products and services. Wall Street ended the day on a high note, with optimism about easing trade tensions between the US, Canada, and Mexico. Reports of a possible delay in auto tariffs fueled the rally. While details remain unclear, this development offers hope for businesses and consumers affected by the trade wars. The U.S. Marshals Service has been called in to provide security for Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. This development raises questions about potential threats against the Secretary. The presence of U.S. Marshals indicates that the threat level is being taken seriously. The Department of Veterans Affairs is facing backlash over its plan to slash over 80,000 jobs. Veterans groups and lawmakers argue that it would severely compromise the quality of care for veterans. Critics say these cuts are short-sighted and cruel, leaving vulnerable veterans without vital services. The Biden administration's decision to pause intelligence sharing with Ukraine is adding complexity to the situation. U.S. officials maintain this is a temporary measure, but it's seen as a way to pressure Ukrainian President Zelensky to negotiate with Russia. New Israeli settler outposts in the West Bank are raising alarm bells about the peace process. Critics view these settlements as illegal under international law and a serious obstacle to a two-state solution. Palestinians see these settlements as a land grab, further diminishing their hopes for a viable state. That's all for today's breaking news roundup. From hostage situations to trade wars, we strive to bring you the news that matters, providing context and clarity. Stay tuned for further updates and in-depth analysis on these and other developing stories.